selection.
Yeah. Oh, and you're videoing.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna show people what I bought.
Hello. Tim, how are you doing? Good. Good. I decided to make a little video for the Historical Society because they videoed all kinds of previous events, but I can't find an old video of an art sale. So this might be like the first one for the collection, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't mind if I video some of your stuff, some of your work here? It's amazing. Is that your VW van out there with the bowls in it too, or is that somebody else?
Randy Reinhardt.
Randy Reinhardt. Look at this. So tell us something about this stuff here.
This is made out of almond wood.
Almond wood.
Almond wood, yeah. It's called s'mores. So it looks like I made it look like a melting s'more.
Wait a minute, really?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I just carved, the pieces. It was actually a piece of firewood from somebody on South Shore, and so I just decided to mess with it, and that's what it turned into.
Piece of firewood. That's beautiful.
And it grew on Guemes. I didn't know almond trees would grow up here.
How do you know?
And this one is one I sold recently. That's it's got a trout on the side. It's maple burl. It's almost all the wood here is from Guemes Island.
That's gorgeous.
It's got a copper inlay here. This is another maple burl, and this is called melting pot. And so it's
Gosh.
I love to carve. So
How do you find the trees that have these burls on them, and
people are clearing their land and stuff.
they call you up and they say, "Hey Tim."
Yeah, this is actually what's her name? Gosh, over on No Name Road.
Oh, okay.
Trish and Kelly Bradley just both came off of their property, and I usually work a deal with them, that if I can get some of the wood, then I carve them something as a little gift.
Wow.
This is from Lummi Island.
I love that. Look at that.
Poplar wood.
Poplar.
And it's titled Tangled Up in Blue, after Bob Dylan song.
With apologies to Bob Dylan.
With apologies to Bob.
As they say.
This is a hen with her chicks.
Gosh. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I get it now. There's the chicks.
Their little mouths are going.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Good heavens. Those are tiny.
And then this is an experiment. It's not finished yet.
Look at that.
That's going to be for like clam bakes and stuff. Or you could row it to anacortes. This is a maple burl with copper Guemes.
Oh, look at that. Fantastic.
It's a lot of fun.
So how much do you want for something that size? I mean, that's huge.
I haven't decided.
Oh, there's not even a...
No.
It's negotiable.
This one sold for $550.
$550, I believe it. Yeah.
This one, I was going to do some carvings of animals and wildlife and stuff in it, so I don't know. Maybe a little bit more than that. We'll see. This is, did I show you the Guemes back scratcher?
The back scratcher.
With salamanders.
Salamanders.
So it's,
Demonstrate that for us there, Tim. I see. Oh, yeah. Okay, that works. Cool. And so in past years, the individual studios have been open and people have been driving around the island to these various. But this year, it seems like everybody decided to just come in to the central hall. Pretty much.
People have come by my place before. I've done that. This just seems to be so much easier to get set up and everything, and I don't have to clean my shop.
Oh, right. Well, I've been over to your shop at least once or twice.
You know what it can look like.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fascinating. All the tools and the work in progress, and
it's got a lot of
that's fun too.
A lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, it's good to talk to you, Tim.
Good to see you, Phil.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
All right, take care.
Okay. I'm going to keep moving. Here's Kathy Whitman. Kathy, would you like to show us your work for the Historical Society's video I'm making?
Of course. I specialize in subjects that are either on the island
or Skagit Valley.
Yeah.
So more of the island, and you know, you talk about history.
Right.
I probably have several that really capture that. This one over here is the Sal Werner Barn.
Oh, yes, of
which
course.
is, everybody knows, in the valley below the mountain. And so capturing that one. And some of these are Dogwood Trail.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is a birch, and I was so surprised to learn that birch was native to this island, and they're actually reforesting in dogwood with birch. And this one I painted in dogwood, and look, there's a birch in the picture.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And then the stage, and
yeah,
then
of
this
course.
is the big field looking to the west toward the store. So I have lots of that are, you know, sort of really connected with the island. And you know, this one, there's a property where you go deep into the property and all of a sudden you're surrounded by these huge rhododendrons. And,
Oh, yeah.
and they're all, some of them are completely in the shade, like this one over here was a shaded rhododendron, but even there you can begin to see a little bit of light coming out and getting the leaves. Whereas this one actually had sun touching the rhododendron. But so I'm always looking for those opportunities kind of to capture some image.
And do you paint these in plein air, as they say, or
It's a little of both.
take photos and bring them back to your
You
studio?
know, some of them I definitely take photos and bring them home. But otherwise I probably wouldn't paint in the winter.
Well,
you know?
yeah. Or on a day like today.
Yeah. So others, you know, I can, and this one, I'm driving along the highway and say, oh my gosh, what a cool view.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
nice.
so I would stop, take a quick picture from the side of the road, and then paint it later. Or these interesting rocks, they weren't going anywhere. So
Yep.
I was able to really paint the rocks and really look at how you could get the shadows and the light hitting them. So,
Georgia O'Keeffe thing, then you go back and you paint them on a different day, and the close-up of just the little one, and then also the huge.
yeah. You know, I've done some of that. You know, even that daisy. You know, daisies were in a lot of the larger pictures. But when I did this one, and the daisy's kind of fun because I used a watercolor technique. So,
Looks like a watercolor.
So yeah, well, and it's like I didn't put any color on the flower or the petals, but I ran the water all the way between each one of the pieces, and then when I painted the orange, it pulled it into those, and you get even a better definition
Very nice.
on the.
Botanist is concerned, you know, each of those is a flower, and all those little things in there are flowers also.
That's probably
Why
true.
it's a composite. It's called
That's right.
the compositary. And
So-
so those are just elongated single petals and then
Yeah,
flowers.
that's very true. Yeah. So from a watercolor technique perspective, I really like this one. You know, because it
There's
does
a negative space going on there.
Yeah, which is fun. So anyway, I have fun doing these, and I kind of look for the opportunities to just capture some of this. And it was near the end of the day, and so you really see the shadows are more well defined.
Well, thanks, Kathy. I'm going to keep moving along, and always a pleasure.
You bet.
Everything's by the plants.
Andy.
I was down at Sue's first day over Christmas. Yes. Oh, now grown up a little bit.
Knives that aren't yours? Sure.
So I only go up to
The ones I make are really to be sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
yes.
one day in my life.
And you made that great bike rack for the mountain trailhead.
Yeah. Don't look too close at the welds.
Yeah. Well,
I was just trying to get through it and get it done.
and you know, being a purist, when every time I see element FE, I think, no, that's element AL.
Oh. Al.
Al.
And everybody would think I was Al.
Yeah, good old
They
Al.
already say, are these your initials?
So how long you been making knives? I'm interviewing on this video for the Historical Society, by the way, if you don't mind me showing
Well,
up.
here's the deal. I've been cooking since I was a kid and doing some kind of metal work since I was a kid. And it was inevitable that the two would come together.
Right.
So about 15 years ago it started
Yeah.
with these little guys as gifts. Christmas gifts, and everybody wanted one.
Right? That one looks like it's been used a little bit.
It has. It's about 15 years old.
It's got some patina on there.
Yep.
Yeah. The rest of
That's
these are
what they all look like after some
after
years.
some use, of course. Because they are made of Fe,
Yep.
and it oxidizes. Although these are maybe stainless.
I only have a few stainless knives over on the end that specialize in carbon steel just because it's not something you can get
Yeah.
just anywhere.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was going to ask you, where do you get your metal?
There's a fellow in New Jersey who
Really?
makes his living taking care of people like me.
Way back in New Jersey,
All
no
the way
kidding.
back in New Jersey.
Do you know the name of the town he's in? I knew some people in New Jersey for a while.
No, it's right outside of New York City. But
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the name.
Fort Lee, Patterson.
Jersey City.
No, that's way far away.
Okay.
It's across the river from the financial district.
Oh, way down there. Okay.
Yeah.
You just hop in the tunnel and drive across, and you're in Manhattan. Little do you think that the stuff sitting here for sale in Guemes Island would come all the way from.
Are we still getting interviewed?
Yeah,
This is ongoing?
sure.
Okay.
It's just a conversation. If you don't mind, I
No, not at all.
don't want to step on any toes, but you could look at this as a little bit of free advertising, or, you know,
Something for the historical record.
exactly.
The eccentric characters of Guemes Island.
Well, artists and musicians. It seems like there's a higher percentage of artists and musicians on Guemes than there is just in any other normal American town.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the island
are
was really an
definitely
artist
drawn here.
colony per se, but I was just amazed at how many artists are here and musicians who are just another form of artist. And you yourself are also a musician.
Yes. Yeah. Guitar and banjo.
Ah, yeah.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Old lady scissors.
Well, yeah, of course.
I probably need to have everything sharp, but I would rather.
Hey, Randy.
No. No, the color isn't there. I wanted just, and I thought, what's the end up there? I can't tell. No, that's not.
The closest we have is
No sky.
that's pretty.
No, it's not. I just want to replace the
I know. I hate it when that happens. It's just terrible.
There's a lot of these things that I already picked out. Other years, other things.
Well, maybe
I'm glad you're
Going to have different things at the next sale.
Great. Something fishy going on here.
Yeah, there's something fishy going
I'm
on.
probably not the first one to think of that joke.
Okay, so the paper's coming out.
It's a real live dead fish, isn't it?
Is it?
Okay, so Phyllis, if you want to be at that end, I'll be at this end. And what we'll do is let's kind of look.
We want it this way, belly this way.
I'm sorry, what was your name? Ken. Ken, would you stand to see if we're equidistant at, just use your eyes to see, are we? Okay, yeah, leave me more room at the head, it's always better, so bring it your way.
I think I did already.
Oh, keep coming.
A little more? Yeah, you want to straighten the paper out.
That's pretty good. That's close enough, doesn't need to be perfect, just good. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put it down in the middle first.
Right.
Right, so it'll be the belly down.
Woo,
And
got
then,
it.
okay, and then you go down to the head. And then here's where we're going to, with the head, we're going to want to be kind of extra careful. You want to come and start doing body?
Yeah, I'll do some body stuff and do some stuff like that.
What kind of paper are you using?
It is right. Oh, and you don't have to press, if you go too far, then it will tear when it comes off. So
Did I
just,
press it too hard here?
it'll be fine, but what you want to do is just, if you, when you can start to see it, it's that part's done.
Okay.
Like the way your tail looks really good.
Alright, good tail.
Okay, and now we just want to make sure, like, the only thing that it's got to have a mouth and it's got to have eyes.
And you really can't not do that.
I
mean, that's just his way, the wrinkle is where,
Yeah,
in the paper,
but-
because he's so
Yep,
round.
and then
And you gonna go?
you want to do it? We're going to go carefully. This one,
Gotta get off that.
go, keep going, keep going,
Oh, that's so
Ooh, that's a good one.
keep going.
Whoa, wow, whoa, wow. Yeah, isn't he cool? That is fantastic. What do you think?
I love it.
All right, good job, Tim.
So let's come over and we'll hang it here till he's dry.
Cute? Sheep. It's a sheep. I just got one. You say $20. I don't know. He didn't tear it into. I did tear it into. Okay, all right. I was in my compact. Oh, good. Good. More chances, right?
Can you tell me some more about the RFID protection in these?
Yes, Lori. So inside of each of these is a sheet of this protective fabric that Lori has an example of. Well,
So it's that. It's so.
okay. So you don't, it doesn't feel like it's in there.
Right, but it
But
is.
it's a very thin sheet. It's 99.9% effective.
Okay, because I bought one last year and I was feeling it and going, wait.
Yeah, I know. You don't, you,
It's like a piece of.
I had an actual piece of it. I'm sorry, I misplaced it. I brought it with me. I'm not sure where it ended up, but that's the best we can do at the moment.
Who do you represent now?
We represent the history
The history.
and the historians.
Oh, And that's who these people are here?
Both of these people. This is Angela Starston and Bill Van Black.
And who are you?
This is Eric Veal.
Eric, nice to meet you.
I'm the president of the group.
You are?
New president, current president.
Excellent.
And this is our treasurer, and this is our vice president.
Okay. And these are the cookbooks that I've heard so much about.
Yeah, this was a project that Don Ashback led recently to as a fundraiser for the group. And they're sold for $19.95 a piece, 20 cash.
Okay.
And
well, I have to confess, she already gave me a copy.
No pressure. This is a low pressure sales thing. But if you'd like to take 10 home today, we would welcome that.
I see.
No guilt. No shame.
And I'm trying to sign in the square.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I'll probably try to,
Look at these. Look at these old coffee cups. Wow. Got logo coffee cups here and everything.
Yeah, indeed.
20.
And Dawn herself is not
Do you
here
need to
today.
buy more than one? Yeah.
She is grandparenting.
I see.
Do you have grandkids?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Maybe you need to buy 2.
2 of them are twins.
That's fun, yeah. How old are the twins?
You know
Almost 2.
anybody else?
Almost 2, little babies.
Oh, well, they're walking.
They're getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
All your friends will be around.
Yeah, last year was Scotland.
It's the piano club.
Yes. I'm representing the piano club and the chamber music concert.
Ah, yes.
So the piano club was started by my husband, John Rose.
Okay.
It meets at our home 4 times a year.
I've heard John talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so people of any skill level are welcome.
Even people like me that can sometimes remember where Middle C is.
Sure, come on over. Or spectators. Yeah, and people of all skill levels. And then after people play, we have happy hour, basically. It's a lot of fun. And then also this chamber music, which has been going on the island for I think about 20 years.
Yeah.
And the concert, there's a summer concert and a winter concert. Summer concert is going to be June 28th at the hall.
Okay.
And then the next day, this is a Meet the Musicians, informal gathering in a private home. It's free and it's a potluck.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah.
And are the musicians all on the island, or
No. Carrie Prescott is has a home on the island,
Right.
but she lives in Los Angeles and plays for the opera there.
Oh.
And so these musicians she's recruited from basically all around the world. So there'll be 2 violins, a viola, and a cello this time.
So the concert is the day before the soiree.
That's correct.
Same weekend in June.
Yeah.
I'll have to mark my calendar.
I wish you would, yeah. And if you want to get emails about it, you can sign up here.
Okay. Be back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be talking.
So what are you looking for people?
Did you want to hear her explaining it too?
Sure.
Yeah, so you have to explain it.
I have to explain it again, all over again. Okay.
Just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, okay. This is called a band or an inkle loom, I-N-K-L-E.
Yes, I've heard of those. Yes.
And all it is capable of doing, of weaving, is whatever, narrower than these pegs, because otherwise it's going to fall off the end. So technically I could make a band on a floor loom, but there are small looms like this built specifically for weaving narrow bands.
That's what's
So some people do shoestrings, people do dog leashes, guitar straps, belts,
camera straps.
camera straps, bag straps, basket. Oh, I didn't bring my basket with straps. So this is a really simple, either this set of threads is up with the yellow shows, or the other set of threads is up. It's only 2 options on this particular band. And this band is the same on the back side as it is on the front.
Right.
Not all of them are, but this design is.
Okay.
And that's all there is to it. It's super meditative, super fun, very fast. Actually, I just advanced it a few minutes ago, and I'm going to have to do that again soon.
And the piece that goes back and forth with the thread
This
is called a shuttle, is that
correct.
right? Hey, I know something.
There's a shuttle. This is called a stick shuttle because it's just a stick.
Shuttle, yeah. I remember this from Holden Village. You know, they have a bunch of these kinds of looms there, and a lot of the visitors will pick up one and just keep it the whole time they're there and weave something while they're there. Yeah.
I bought this from a maker in a yarn store on the way to Chehalis. There's an amazing yarn fiber store in Chehalis.
Chehalis.
And they sell a bunch of handmade tools. I got this from somebody there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now I need to look at this.
And these are all the results of your work here on the table?
Yeah, so the wider pieces obviously were done on a floor loom because they're wide enough to do a bigger piece of fabric. And then the hats were knitted.
Last time I saw a live weaving demo was in the vicinity of Santa Fe, Mexico. And it was on some back road up near Chimayo. Have you ever been up there?
Not recently. Not since I was a weaver, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
What were they doing, rugs?
all sorts of, I mean, it was a huge building full of, I don't know how many looms. This couple had operated it and owned it for years and years, and they were taking a group of students through on a tour, and we just happened to tag along. It was really amazing. Yeah.
Were they doing rugs or wall hangings? Or?
Yeah, huge wall hangings. They got commissions to do these pieces, you know, and
yeah,
I was amazed.
Yeah, that's a whole different tradition.
The craft tradition down there in that area is
it's huge.
astonishing.
Now you can see I'm running out of space here.
Oh yeah. Then
so
what?
I have to advance it. So I have to loosen. This is my tension peg that's giving me tension.
Right.
I have to loosen that, and then I have to shift this around.
Oh yeah.
Because this is just a continuous loop.
Okay.
So that you can maximize the length of the piece.
And then tighten it up again.
And then I got to tighten it up again.
Yep.
And aim for consistent tension for what I had last time. So pull that forward. Tension, and ready to go. That's all there's to it.
Yeah. Repeat as necessary.
Repeat as necessary.
Shampoo bottle, huh? So what will this turn out to be?
It'll be a band, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. I literally just worked it up last night, so I had something to demonstrate today.
Right.
So it did not have much forethought. But it's turning out. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for your interest.
And we have Michael Brown at the Fair Fairs LLC booth.
Hi Phil, what do you want to know? I'll tell you that we are currently, Fair Fairs LLC is suing the county over their fair methodology. We'd like them we want the resolution to be overturned and start over again on how they determine fairs, ferry fairs. And so we're having a fundraiser here June 8th at our house because it costs a lot of money to sue the county. But we are very hopeful that we're going to be able to prevail, and then we will get them to go back to the old way of determining how fairs are determined. And we look forward to our day in court sometime in September.
So it sounds like you think the current fairs are unfair.
They are not only unfair, they were capriciously determined.
Arbitrarily and capriciously.
It's not your day job. Is that just by donation?
Yes. Whatever you can.
And you just can show up? I don't know, I might be somewhere.
Yes.
It might be fun to come.
Yes, it'll be fun to come. It's a good time.
Well, we'll see you at your event, Mike.
Yes, thank you.
Great.
Do you work remote?